Hello students, video lecture 54. Today in this lecture we will discuss about methods to create more job in the three sectors of Indian economy. Manrega, that is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2005, and sectors on the basis of employability, that is organized sector and unorganized sector. So first is methods to create more job in the three sectors. How to create more jobs? So primary sector is agriculture sector is and one of the most unorganized sector in terms of employment. So here in primary sector the requirement of more jobs and in terms of organized manner are necessary. So the first factor to create more job, that is by constructing more dams. So when more dams will be constructed, so water will be transferred to drought prone areas or where water scarcity is there. So farmers will cultivate, will irrigate more land, and cultivation of more land means more employment. So one such method is by constructing more dams. Then second factor in this is that the by providing more and cheap agricultural loans. Government should make provisions of more and cheap agricultural loans and timely loans, so that by getting more agricultural loans farmers would grow more crops and more employment would be generated. And the third factor in this regard is opening cold storages in the agricultural areas. Cold storage means the storages in which fruits and vegetables or the fast perishable crops which spoil soon. So if cold storages are opened in such areas, so farmers will store their fruits and vegetables and will sell them when the prices are good. So for such storage, looking after security, safety of cold storages, more people would be employed, and this is how the more job will be created in primary sector. Now more jobs in the secondary sector. Secondary sector is industrial sector. So in industries, how to create more jobs? The first factor about this is that by constructing or setting more industries in the rural areas, for that is agro based industries, more and more agro based industries should be like dal industries, pulses for processing, rice mills, oil mills, etc. And this could be possible if vegetable processing industries should be vegetable processing industries for packing and drying them and then further selling them. So such measures should be taken by the government or by the private entrepreneurs, so that in industries also more employment. So when industry will be diversified, when nature of industry will change, then more work would be generated. In the tertiary sector, since tertiary sector is dependent on primary and primary and secondary are dependent on tertiary sector, so here more job could be created by constructing more roads, taking roads to all village areas, all agricultural areas where farmers could transport their farm produce and can take their seeds, fertilizers, chemicals like insecticides, pesticides. This is how. And by opening more banks in rural areas, because banks fall under tertiary sector, so that banks will provide better services to the farmers of agricultural loan, crop insurance, etc. So this is how more job can be created. So this article is very important. Next is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2005, or in short Manrega 2005. What is Manrega? What are the features of Manrega? Manrega started working in 2005, and today almost in all 625 districts all over India, Manrega is active. Number two, Manrega provides 100 days ensured work to the capable youth in a particular year. Number three, if work is not provided, let us say work is not provided in a year, then compensation to the registered person would be given for rupees 100 per day and maximum 10,000 per year. Then the nature of work is a development of natural resources like plantation, forestry, road construction, improvement of bad land, etc. Basically, the nature of work is physical nature of work. Manrega does not provide any job in the office, or official nature job is not there. Another thing is Manrega also provide jobs to the rural areas unemployed capable youth, physically capable youth who can do physical work. So due to all these above features, now Manrega is called Right to Work Act. This is also called Right to Work Act. So question is asked basic that how can we say, or how do you say that Manrega is right to work? So all these 3-4 features of Manrega you have to explain for justifying that Manrega is right to work. Next comes the sectors on the basis of employability, that where are people employed. So people are employed at two places. One is organized sector and second is unorganized sector. This is also very, very important. Questions are asked based on organized sector and unorganized sector. So features of organized sector. Organized sector covers those enterprises or areas, offices of place of work where terms of employment are regular. Terms of employment means conditions for job are regular, and therefore people have assured work. Next is organized sector or organized organizations are registered by the government, and they have to follow all rules and regulations set by the government. For example, labor laws, minimum wages act, payment of gratuity, paid leaves. So are the provisions under organized sector. It is called organized because it has some formal process and procedures. Some of these people may be employed by anyone, but they may work their own, and they have to register themselves with the government and follow the rules and regulations. Workers in unorganized sector enjoy security of employment. Their employment is secure. They are expected to work a fixed number of hours. Working hours are fixed. Wages are compatible. Wages are compatible, like paid leaves, payment during holidays, provident fund, gratuity, and they are supposed to get medical benefits. Under the laws, a factory owner has to ensure good working environment or good working conditions. So generally it is confused that what are the good working conditions. How can we say that in a factory or in an industry the working conditions are good? So good working conditions include, number one, the care of the small babies whose mothers are working and they are carrying their babies at the place, at the site. Safe drinking water, canteen facilities, eateries, and some rest time after 3-4 hours of work. So this is how these are the better working conditions. Indian Railway is the example of largest organized sector. Indian Railways is the example of largest organized sector, is important for 1 mark. Second category is unorganized sector. In unorganized sector, the terms of employment are not regular, they are scattered, and they are out of the control of government. Here, rules and regulations are not followed. Jobs are low paid, not regular. There is no provision of overtime paid, paid leaves, holidays, and leave due to sickness, etc. Next feature is employment is casual. Workers can be asked to leave job without any reason at any time. During off season, most of the workers are told to leave the job. So this sector includes a large number of people who are employed on their own, doing small jobs such as selling on the streets, doing repair work. Similarly, farmers work on their own and hire workers as and when they require. So, working rights of workers in unorganized sector need to be protected by enforcing the labor laws, industrial laws, and it should be enacted by the government, which are most of the time ignored, and the employers are manipulating the workers. Agriculture is the example of largest unorganized sector. It is also important for 1 mark. Like Indian Railways is the example of largest organized sector. Similarly, agriculture sector is the example of largest unorganized sector. So that's all in this video. Thank you very much. Keep on watching.